Hi Aquarius, welcome at your deep intuitive tarot reading weekly with Annemiek from Tarot Enlightenment. I'm going to shuffle the cards for you. It's a different deck but based on Rider-Waite, and I forgot to get my other ones from downstairs and I can get them. I will in a while. I was eager to do a reading for you, so let me see. Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, I need more for that. I felt like I wanted to start talking, but I don't know if it's an international symbol, but ladybug. We call them in Dutch sweet lord little animal. Little sweet lord animal. It's funny if you translate it. Ladybug, in the Netherlands at least, it stands for violence without a cause. And I don't really like that phrase because all violence is without cause. It doesn't make sense. No, it never does. So I think Aquarius, or you can also watch this when you have your moon in Aquarius if you want to know more about your feelings, or Venus in Aquarius if you want to know more on one-on-one relationships, or if you have your moon, I already said that, if it's your rising, if it's the ascendant, yes, or if you're cross-watcher, if you're a cross-watcher, if your partner is Aquarius, you can also watch. The readings are energetic, which means also that I don't put a time label on it. You can watch them whichever, whenever you like. I guarantee you there will be something in it for you. Okay, what I wanted to say about this. No, I'm getting another card first. Of course, everything what I'm speaking here is symbol. Everything that happens here is symbolic for what's going on within you or within your surroundings, within your relationship, with job. Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords, a nice scroll. Knight of Swords is somebody who wants to defend his ideals. Together with, this is a good example how this campaign in the Netherlands is a bit of a farce, because you see ladybugs in tiles on the street. They put them on pavements. But when you think about the word, we use the word, without cause would be the translation. Senseless. No, without cause. Violence just because people want to be aggressive. That kind of violence they're pointing at. But it's like you're saying any other violence is okay. I think the campaign started because people who work at ambulances got molested. And that's horrible. The cause of any kind of violence, even if it's an irritation towards your boss, colleague, partner, neighbor, it's sinless. Not sinless. No, it's not sinless. It's without cause. I'm translating it literally from Dutch, but then it's getting ugly. It's getting too pretty, actually, because in a sense, we're all sinless. We're all innocent. We're all part of God. And staying within that space, knowing what you really are, light, love, peace, truth, then you can see that any type of violence, small, big, done towards one person or even an object or towards many people, there is no cause for fear or aggression when you know that you are being carried, you're being sustained by God or by life. You are being taken care of, but because you have ideals which you think are very pretty and other people also compliment you about it, you have convictions in your head. People should be like this. People shouldn't do this. People should do that. It gets in the way of being happy. Being idealistic, it's like I'm talking to a Libra here. Being idealistic is from the ego. Giving money to a good cause. What is good? And how do you know it is well spent? Well, these days, organizations who say or pretend to be a good cause are thoroughly being researched. Where does the money go? I remember Sting wanting to save the rainforest, and although his intention was sincere, I can feel that, there was the millions of dollars went to having an office to work from and to hire people and to start a campaign about it. There was this guy in Sweden, a millionaire. There is a guy in Sweden. He's a multimillionaire or billionaire, I don't know. I read this like 8 years ago, I think. And he bought many acres in the jungle in South America so that it would be sustained. So that people couldn't use to cut the trees to use the wood to build houses or to do whatever. That's nice, huh? That's nice. Greenpeace. This is a weird reading, isn't it? Let's talk about Greenpeace, Aquarius. Greenpeace has a boat. Do you know the name of it? It's called Warrior. It's called Warrior. I think that's why there's a crow painted on the card for the Knight of Swords. A crow is a bit dark. In this deck, the crow is also there when it's about the Nine of Swords. Nightmares, worries, pain, fears. Not being able to sleep because things in the world aren't okay. They will never be okay, but you can be okay because you can choose. Where do you want to think from? Do you want to think from the ego? Or from the higher self, from love, from God? The ego is nothing more, but also nothing less than a thought system. And the same goes with higher self. If you're letting the higher self, your inner guide, your inner teacher, your heart, decide what to do, most probably you won't give money to organizations. Or you will be surprised to what kind of organizations you would give money to. I'm not saying, of course, it's bad to give money to organizations. Yeah, I support Amnesty International whenever and wherever I can, by writing letters, by mailing, or by giving money, donating a part of my company profits. I'm waiting for other words that want to be spoken about this subject. You know, if you give money to an organization and you want people to like you for it, and if you say, no, Annemiek, that's not true, I give money and nobody knows that I do that, but you know, and you think you will buy yourself a better place in heaven because you give money to charity. If that's what's behind it, and that's calling for a real, sincerely honest look at yourself, then it's not a good cause. Then it's an egoistic cause. Fighting for an ideal is always from the ego. Also because it's about fighting. Get back to Greenpeace. The boat is called Warrior. It's about fighting. They want to fight the people who, in their eyes, in their opinion, are doing wrong. But you know, now I know where this is going to. This story, yeah, it's very interesting. I will get one advice card for you at the end, yeah? So stick with me if you don't want to, if you don't like to listen to my talks. Let's say the baby seagulls who are being hit to death for their fur. The Eskimos who traditionally do that or did that, I actually don't know where it's at now, did that because their fathers did that. They did it because their fathers, their ancestors did it. It's a tradition there. They don't know any better. You could say they're naive. But we in the Western world are not naive. People who fight people consciously. Who are the bad guys, huh? The Eskimos who do it naively, and I'm not saying that it's okay to hit baby seagulls, okay? I'm also not saying it's not okay. That's one of the advantages of being enlightened. There's no judgment anymore. And when a judgment comes in, even if it's just a tiny one, I don't like that sweater, that t-shirt that you're wearing. You judge, higher self, you judge. Let me go back to my heart and judge from there. And all is love from there. People who kill people unconsciously or animals unconsciously, they do not know what they're doing. Can you really be angry at them? You can tell them, you can inform them, don't do that. But the way Greenpeace is doing it, it's also when you see clips of the people on those boats, they're, oh, yeah, let's fight them. They totally forget what caused that. They totally forget why they want to do it. If people are informed and they're still hunting whales, for example, is fighting the best way? Being a warrior the best way? It's not. It's not. I used to call myself a spiritual warrior decades ago. I don't like it. I also called myself many times a spiritual slut because I go with whatever enlightened master, whatever form the higher self is bringing in front of me, I go with them. If it's Jesus or Mother Mira or Mother Mary or Mother Amma or Mother Teresa or God or Buddha or Ramana Maharishi or William Shakespeare, whomever, I went with everybody. If I feel purity, if I feel somebody's truly awakened, I go there. In my mind, I mean, huh? I even saw some of them, but... Okay, advice card for Aquarius. I hope I entertained you. But foremost, I hope that you start to think about what does it mean to fight for an ideal? What does it mean to keep continuing and to use logic as a weapon? Because Swords is about thinking, about which thinking system do you apply? The ego? Are you fighting with your arguments? Are you wanting to, do you want to win all the time? Or do you choose love? Advice. Nice. Woo! King of Swords. Yeah. I'll show you the other one in a minute. King of Swords. Be like a king. You know, be responsible when you communicate, when you act. Yeah? Be ready if you need to talk, if you need to defend, or maybe even to fight about something. But don't be annoyed all the time. Don't be angry because then you think that you're in control, because you're not. Actually, when you're angry, you're very much out of control. Let's say you're angry and you have children and you need to cross a very busy road. There are so many cars going in both directions. That's 8, right? And you need to cross. If you're very tense, how likely is the possibility of getting into an accident, or that one of your children will slip away from you because you're so focused on one thing? Your whole nervous system is so busy that your instinct isn't available anymore. I like the words that are coming out now. When you're stressed, angry, annoyed, scared, insecure, and you need to do something, you need to make sure people are safe, you won't be able to because your nervous system is so busy, is so full, that you can't listen to your instincts anymore. If you're very relaxed, even if you see a car coming and you feel from the inner self, the inner teacher, the higher self, however you want to name it, instinct, intuition, when you feel, hey, now we can cross, even if it looks like you will be run over, right over, it won't happen. You will be so relaxed. And if you feel that a child is distracted and wants to get away from you, you will feel it. The slightest sense when you're holding the hands of your little children, you will feel it when they want to get away from you. You'll sense it. Because your nervous system is available. Is relaxed, I mean. So your instinct is available. Yeah, and also your nervous system is available for the good things. To keep you safe, but not in a controlled way. When you are a controller, and by the way, all narcissists are, you will not be safe, ever. And you know that, so you will be scared, always, until you do something about it. And seeing the way you convince yourself that fighting is okay, for whatever cause, even if it looks like a nice cause, even if it's not okay. It will only hurt you and therefore the people around you. Because, look at this. Another sword. Ace of Swords. It's a panda. A panda is a symbol for luck, happiness, and abundance. It's also the card that's about divinity, about God. Let God decide. Or maybe you're into angels. You know which angel has a sword with him? Michael, Archangel Michael. Ask him for directions. There's so many beings and masters available, and angels. Use them. Yeah? Okay. Wow, very interesting reading. Thank you for watching. These clips are also mine. The more self-confident you are, the more safe you will feel, the more you will be able to help others, support others, and keep them safe and healthy. Thank you.